Ladies and gentlemen, this is a YouTube show in which you are brought Slot Machine Sunday, Money Cards Monday, Tic Tac Tuesday, Whammy Mania Wednesday, Thundercracker Thursday, and Flinging Dice Friday and Saturday Superstarcade. Also, wrestling news from Raw, NXT 2.0, AEW Dynamite, NXT UK, Impact Wrestling, SmackDown and 205 Live, and AEW Rampage, and special episodes from Road and Up, Cyber Swaggin', and the philosophies of Lee McLeese. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube show of fun, of knowledge, strategy, luck and daring, and mental shenanigans. This is WEML-TV Channel 77. And now here's the host of the show, live from New Bedford, Massachusetts. It is none other than Eric M. Lima. Thank you, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there. Welcome to another YouTube episode channel vlog show presented by your sweet, friendly neighborhood, sweet bumbling Bofa Raver. I get these introductions correctly. It's a good thing I'm going to do a proper introduction on my new channel when I get to it. It has not been up yet. That's the crazy part. That means I've appeared on the following shows from the expanded from the Discord to a StreamYard community. I'm talking about Bumbling Bozo's variety program hosted by Uriel Ibarra, David Say Dennis, Psycho Mike Wilson, and Jeremy Dimitrick every Saturday night at 9 on the Ibarra Bros Studios YouTube channel. I've also appeared on Bofas with the Sofas, hosted by Garrison Newkirk, Jerome Latimer, and the Putnam Brothers Alex and Austin, every Monday afternoon at 5 on the Mr. Garrison 96 YouTube channel. I'm also one of 5 panelists, co-hosting panelists of the Rant and Rave podcast, co-founded and co-created by Brandon Martin and Jordan Little. I joined them alongside Uriel Ibarra and Michael Bombardier every Thursday night at 8 on the Brandon Martin YouTube channel. I'm also one of 4 co-hosting panelists of the Too Sweet Wrestling podcast, hosted by Joseph Cumia Jr., Double Z Zach Zunica, Jordan Little, and myself. It depends on our depends on the work schedules of our hosts and all. We try to bring you NXT 2.0 live reactions every Tuesday night at 8, and we also try to do our podcast every other Saturday night at 8 on the Late JCTV YouTube channel. So I'm also the five-time, can you dig it, sucker, nominee for the Bumbling Bozos Bozy Awards of 2021. Will I be a nominee in 2022? Who knows for sure. But my name is Eric Lima, and this is my YouTube show. First season was known as The People's Lima /TPL. Second season was known as second season was EML 77 TV. Now is the third season as WEML TV Channel 77. And this is episode 1209, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm about to talk to you guys about what happened on Monday Night Raw last night with the Raw Event Center. But before I got to that, a little bit of swagging here. No cyber swagging episode, but because I was gonna order this on Amazon, and I did, but it was gonna, because it was supposed to, this DVD was supposed to come out today, but they said, oh, we're gonna delay it until June. I'm like, crap. But I was hoping I would find it at Walmart. Thank God for Walmart. I got it. The WrestleMania 2022 WrestleMania 38 DVD. That's right. And you see all the stars are in it. As you know, this was the main headliner of the event. The unification match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. And you got Becky Lynch going up against Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair defends her title against Ronda Rousey. Stone Cold Steve Austin in the first time in a matchup in over 18 years, going up against no holds barred against Kevin Owens, and this man, the Undertaker, Hall of Famer. And we had another match in the back. You can see here there's two different ones. Of course, Edge going against AJ Styles, and you had the Usos versus RK Bro, I think. Well, RK Bro was supposed to defend. Anyways, so there's your WrestleMania 38 DVD. You had Cody Rhodes making his return against Seth Rollins, and you got also let's see, Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville, which is an anything goes match, and Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Queen Zelina and Carmella defending against Sasha Banks, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan, and Shayna Baszler and Natalya. Very stupendous line. Plus, Pat McAfee took on Theory and Vince McMahon in two separate matches. So check this out. WrestleMania 22. It's out now. Go to your local Walmart and get it. If you like all the wrestling, I've collected I have every single WrestleMania on DVD so far. So there you go. So let's go after this is the fallout for WrestleMania Backlash. As you know, RK Bro arrives on the scene in Hartford Arena, talked about last night. Street Profits interrupts RK Bro, and then Matt Riddle decided to take a line from Stone Cold Steve Austin and said, RK Bro 420 says, we smoked your ass. I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy. So the Raw Tag Team titles were on the line, and RK Bro did retain the titles against the Street Profits. Kevin Patrick interviewed Theory about his match against Cody Rhodes tonight. And Theory's bragging about how he's going to be the greatest United States champion, how he's going to beat Cody Rhodes, yada, yada, yada. The Judgment Day has arrived in the arena, and they all, in fact, Rhea Ripley explained why she joined up with the Judgment Day, basically. She said the fans weren't doing anything for her. And she's talking about Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan comes out to interrupt the Judgment Day. Then they had their matchup, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley won by submission, and Ripley did attack Morgan post-match, and then Finn Balor and AJ Styles finally show up, and that leads into the next matchup, Finn Balor versus Damien Priest. Balor thought he had the match won until Edge speared Balor, causing Priest to be disqualified, giving Balor victory by that. And then Styles then attacked Edge after Edge speared Balor. And then Priest and Ripley get involved. Edge spears Styles. And the Judgment Day stands tall. The Judgment Day. Not just Judgment Day. The Judgment Day. And then the KO and Alpha Academy talk about Ezekiel. And Chad Gable explained to Kevin Owens there's another way to get convinced that Ezekiel is actually Elias. And so, and Kevin Owens had this plan about his older brother, Ken Owens, to face Ezekiel in a matchup. Gonna be hilarious. And then the VIP lounge with MVP with his guest, the Nigerian giant Omos. And MVP is just praising Omos. Cedric Alexander interrupts MVP and Omos, say, hey, we did good and all that. Then Bobby Lashley interrupts all three men. He busts up security. Lashley busts up Alexander and then attacks Omos. And then Cedric tries to attack Lashley once again, but Lashley gets the upper hand in that situation. And then Anna Pierce and Sonya Deville talking about Deville's next match and what the fate was of her investigation against her. And but Sonya Deville was like, oh, I don't care. What about the match? He said, face. So Sonya Deville, very impatient, goes out there and finds and then Adam Pearce comes out. Said, before we introduce you to your opponent, the investigation is complete, and the results are you are here. You abused your power one too many times. You are hereby terminated as a WWE official. That means they basically fired her as an official, but she's back on an active roster as a superstar, and so her opponent, the returning and a newly married Alexa Bliss. That's right, Alexa Bliss comes back in her goddess mode. No more the pony, the overall skirts and the pink tails, back as the guys. But she held Lily. I think Lily's going to be a little bit, would help her play a little bit of the mind game factor into this. And Alexa Bliss fought Sonya Deville, and Alexa Bliss wins with the Twisted Bliss. And then Ken Owens comes out, confronts Ezekiel, and then it's actually Kevin Owens finds to be an old man, and then both men start fighting, and then Alpha Academy gets involved, and all three men attack Ezekiel. And then Adam Pearce talked to Asuka, say, "Hey, listen, you'll get your shot, championship contenders match." Becky Lynch gets upset. She sees all this, interrupts both of them, and she goes, "Go away, go do your front office shenanigans and all that." And then all of a sudden, Alexa Bliss, not Alexa Bliss, Asuka goes, "Yes, you gave me your title so you can go be a mother, but right now you're not being a mother, you're being a baby." I was like, oh geez, hashtag baby Becky or cry baby Becky, and then Becky says, "Oh, your green hair and all that, and green tears and then Asuka." People say Asuka's being more of a baby than Becky. No, I think Asuka's being funny. I like Asuka being funny. And she does speak English that well, but she's learning. She never gives up. She always tries, and that's why I like about Asuka. That's why a lot of people like her. So Byron Saxton interviews Frank Loman, who is the next opponent for Veer. Frank Loman looks like if Braun Strowman, Jake something, Ryback, and Brock Lesnar and all those guys had their DNAs mixed up, and out came this guy. But he went up against Veer Mahan, and Veer Mahan obviously won with the cervical clutch. And then Kevin Patrick interviewed Cody Rhodes before his U.S. title match against Theory. And they had the matchup, but Cody Rhodes won by DQ. Why? Seth freaking Rollins decided to attack him. And then Sasha Banks and Naomi in a matchup, in a non-title match against Nikki ASH and Doudrop. And Sasha Banks and Naomi did win the matchup. And then Doudrop and Nikki ASH kind of have a little bit of an argument. And then The Miz came out as a referee in the next matchup, Mustafa Ali versus Tommaso Ciampa. And then thanks to Miz's freaking 3 count, Tommaso Ciampa wins the matchup against Mustafa Ali. I think The Miz and Mustafa Ali, I think that's going to be a huge feud for Ali. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Lacey Evans, reports are now saying that Lacey Evans will be going to Monday Night Raw, and she'll be a heel in the process. Oh, she'll be one of those mean drill sergeants that, almost like a Sergeant Slaughter type, but not like an Iraqi sympathizer type. There's a mean drill sergeant type. And I think that's going to... And she cut her promo, I think, for 6-1. I think it was supposed to be for SmackDown, but I think... excuse me, I think Fox had some better ideas about the women's division on SmackDown. Bobby Lashley was pacing around in some kind of small cage, and I wonder why. So Bobby Lashley goes, "You know something, Omos? I got an idea. How about you and me in a steel cage match next week?" And that match is official, and it's going to happen next week. Lashley versus Omos in a steel cage. R-Truth was talking to Dana Brooke and Tamina, and the 24/7 time wasn't being messed with. Regina Akira Tozawa showed up, and then they were served divorce papers, but Tozawa wins her way. So, and I think Tozawa really likes Tamina. Tozawa, you're out of my mind, my man. She's too tough for you, man. She probably will rip your arm off and make you eat, son. If I were you, sign the divorce papers and go on your way, kid. Anyways, big time Becky Lynch decided to join Jimmy Smith, Byron Saxton, Corey Graves on commentary. And this was the main event match, the championship contenders match between Bianca Belair and Asuka. And thanks to freaking Becky Lynch, who does not want Asuka to get a title shot, caused her to get disqualified because she attacked Bianca Belair, and then Lynch attacked her and Asuka after the match. And that is all the time we have on this show, episode 1209 of WEML-TV Channel 77. On the next episode, 1210, episode 61 of Tic Tac Tuesday, me in a 20-round battle against Sackboy. Will I be able to win this time? We will find out for sure. So, you guys have a wonderful day. Peace through all your lives. Love and the blessings of the Lord Jesus Christ, from him above to me and from me to you. I'll see you in the next episode of WEML-TV, Channel 77. Tic Tac Tuesday is coming up next. See ya. Goodbye for now.